And now for your viewer poll. Earlier this week, we asked you, who do you plan to vote for in District 27? 157 of you voted for Michael Cloud and 68 of you voted for Macluvio Perez. We also asked you, have you registered to vote for the November 8th general election? 112 of you voted yes, 5 voted no, and 5 selected I don't plan to vote. Now, we always want to hear from you, so please come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate in our viewer polls. And now take a closer look. This is information regarding early voting. We want to give you some useful voter information. The mail ballot application deadline is October 28th. Early voting starts October 24th and ends on November 4th. Also, join us on 25 News Now for complete election coverage Tuesday, November 8th. On Election Day, there will be 29 polling centers, and Victoria County has open voting, so you can vote at any of the locations. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, come to crossroadstoday.com or vctxelections.org. We now did give Michael Cloud and Macluvio Perez 1 minute each for a closing statement. Here's what they had to say.
We are in such a critical time for our nation where we need people in office who understand the true exceptionalism that America has been and can be again, and people who are going to defend those essential liberties that we hold dear and understand that they're not a grant from government but rather a gift from God. And that's why I'm so intent on protecting our First Amendment rights, the rights to speech, the right to freely associate, the right to worship as we see fit. It's so important to protect our Second Amendment rights that hold dear the understanding that the Second Amendment is what protects all those other rights, as well as all the other rights that we continue to share. The most important job of us at the federal level is keeping us safe is important, but the most important job is to keep us free. And in this time, we need people who are willing to fight and do that in Washington. I want to thank you for the honor of representing you over these last few years. Thank you again for your support. Ask for your vote. Once again, God bless y'all.
My fellow citizens of the Crossroads, my name is Macluvio Perez, and I'm running for candidate for Congress. Now, if you like what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now, and you think that's really neat, well, there's probably not much we can talk about. But if you realize that we cannot live at each other's throats, that we have to agree on some things, that there's more that binds us together than pulls us apart, that we have to live as neighbors. Our kids go to school together, we work together, we go to each other's shops together, and so we got to bring America back to the middle. That's what I'm all about. I want to work with anybody, anywhere, anytime that wants to do something good for the people who live in the Coastal Bend and in District 27. I'm asking for your vote. It's a very important vote, especially for women. Your decisions this coming November and in the early voting in October will make a big difference on the way this country turns out in the next few years. Thank you for your time.
Once again, thank you for joining us for Community Crossroads. To learn more about today's guests and their stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. If you have information, ideas, email me or the station. You can also catch Community Crossroads at crossroadstoday.com. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you right here next week.